So I decided to play a game today, and this is a new game. This is something that I haven't really allowed myself to do in a really long time. And again, I drove all the way to the reservoir to have a different scenery and get it out of my head and have, like clear consciousness, I guess, if you want to say it. But I had this realization. One of my biggest issues has been that I haven't been allowing myself to enjoy life. Like, I haven't been allowing myself to just be. I keep thinking that I need to be on this hamster wheel. Like, I need to keep doing something. Clearly, money makes the world go around. But once you start learning about energy, you realize that money is just energy. And so if you're hating yourself for what you're doing for trying to create the money, then you're clearly not going to be attracting it. So that was kind of a side rant. So I'm trying something. I'm playing a new game. I did a meditation, and it was an inner child meditation. And so I went back into a time where probably one of the last memories I really remember of being a kid. And I realized I feel shut down. Like, I feel as though definitely brought up to be seen and not heard. And there was one instance as a kid that I remember being scared, like in my bed and freaking out and thinking that, there was a monster in my room. But it wasn't a monster. And all I remember is like looking over at the wall, and this like black, flowy object was on the wall. And at the time, like, I remember this was probably the first time that I was like, all right, like, it is what it is. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. So whatever this thing is like, this is where we're at. If you understand, if you don't understand, if you believe, whatever, getting into spirituality. And I've actually been very attracted to like witchy culture, and Hecate is one of, there's quite a few of them. And don't quote me on any of this because I haven't done my research to know exactly what it all is. I'm just going off of what others have taught me through social media, which I've also learned can be a danger. But I have this feeling that it was of some witchy culture, some witchy figure, some witchy energy back in that day. And so this meditation that I went through this morning, I was kind of asking, like, was it Hecate? Was it witchy ancestor? Like, is that kind of more of my bloodline, I guess? Like, is that what I should be gearing myself towards? Because I've always been attracted to black. And I really, I think to some extent, a lot of us ladies are a little bit more interested in the witchy culture. But honestly, you blow out your candles and you're making a wish, and that's witchcraft. So don't come at me for fucking satanic shenanigans. Through this meditation, like, I realized I'm protected and I'm loved. And that was the one and only time that I ever seen anything on my wall, that I ever had the spooks, that I was ever aware of any presence. Like, I remember my cousins being, when we were younger, and whatever house they lived in, she was telling me about ghosts in the house. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool. Like, I've never experienced anything like that. And now I'm like, well, maybe I did. Like, maybe I did come across some kind of entity or energy. Who knows? Either way, what I took from this meditation was that I'm protected and that I'm loved. And, I think there was still a little bit of fear still there from that memory. If you know anything, if you've ever heard of, or you haven't heard of, you should check out PhyscoCybernetics. It's a book that helps you, a lot of athletes actually use it, but it helps you like reframe. It helps you go back into your memory bank and like reframe memories, because we all have created a story from whatever point in our life that we were at, and however we decided to take on that information at that time. And so like I said, I think I still had a little bit of fear from that, because I don't really understand why it's been brought up a couple times now through the same meditation. And so whatever the fuck it's supposed to mean, I have decided that it now means that I'm loved and protected. And I feel a lot better today. Like, I feel like I want to play. Like, I know that I've been wanting to play, but I feel like a little bit of that. Also, at that same house that occurred at, there was a neighbor a couple doors over, and she had Chutes and Ladders. She had the game Chutes and Ladders, and I never had that game. And so that was another memory that popped up through this meditation. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Like, I don't even remember how to play. Like, I think that was the only time I played was like once or twice with her. And so I'm like, all right, so play. We have this new opportunity to play. I am loved and I am protected. And in this new chapter of my life, I have this opportunity to play. I have this new opportunity to reframe my beliefs. 1. 2, I've been realizing and reading and learning about how our automatic, like our autopilot zone is our surroundings. Like, and you really can't help the fact that everywhere you look, there's gnarliness on the news, or, you know, not everyone in your environment can be the most peppy, high-spirited person. And so, at least for me, I've realized that I've always calculated for the worst, like never really even gave the option for the best. And I think in this new game, this new chapter, that's what we're going to be working on. We're going to we're going to start catching ourselves whenever we get into this vicious cycle, this vicious whirlwind of worries and doubts and what could go wrong. And we're going to stop ourselves and we're going to reframe that to what could go right. Like, this is my reality. I mean, I still get to work for it, but unless you're looking for it, it's not going to show up. And so if you're constantly looking for the shit that's going to go wrong, then you're going to give evidence that the shit's going to go wrong. So this is a completely new. So I'm going to start looking for the shit that could go right and be open to shit going better than I could have ever imagined. And I'm really excited for this. And it's going to be a practice. I've been working on it a little bit, but like today really kind of solidified the fact of like, it's a game. Like, all it is a game. You can lose at a game, but don't you just really learn how to win the next time? So I'm excited. I think this is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it because it's been a long time since I've used my imagination in a good way. And for a long time, like, I'm a very creative person. And so for a long time, I could never come up with anything. I felt completely uninspired. I felt like I didn't have any creativity. Like, there was nothing left. Like, I had drained the bucket dry. And that's another thing that I've been learning is the fact that you don't lose your imagination. Rather, again, I've been putting the energy for my imagination into all the doubts and worries, and have been creating all these scenarios of just what ifs. How could everything go wrong? And that sounds so silly to say, but it literally was my autopilot. Like, that was just, I still have to catch myself, and I don't even realize, like, it's very draining, and I don't want to think that way anymore. I don't want to. So we're revamping the creativity, and we're pulling the energy from the shit storm, and we're gonna put it towards the rainbow unicorn storm. It's gonna be great. I'm excited. So yeah, remembering that I am loved, and it's all just a game, and we're playing a different game now. We get to play a different game. So yay! Bring in the imagination. Use it to your advantage rather than your disadvantage.